Tell me a little bit about this particular aircraft.
This is a Berlin airlift airplane. Berlin airlift, 1948-49. 1945, we bombed Berlin. 1948, we sustained their freedom, kept them free from communism.
That's right.
And this is one of the airplanes that done it. Unfortunately, it was a Navy plane, or I couldn't say it that. We like to tell the truth because it stands on its own. This was a Navy plane during the airlift, and I'm Air Force. The Navy did a terrific job.
Where's it been since then? How did you get a hold of it?
Oh, it's a long, long story. We really don't have time to tell it right now. We can tell it later.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you. Now,
good morning. Go ahead.
When you go to school, someday you're going to have to write a turn paper.
Excuse me.
Were places, and then other aircraft took them into Berlin. I was with the RAF at the time with the old C-47s.
Oh, is that right?
So I went right the way through the airlift.
What, were you crew position or?
No, I was sort of looking after the aircraft at that time. I wanted to be crew, but I flew with her lots of times because if one got in trouble in Berlin, I had to fly in there, get the thing fixed, and then come back with it.
So you're the most important guy, mechanic.
Yeah, well, that's what they told me.
That's right. I'm with you. Wow. How are you?
Okay.
Good. Boy, this is in wonderful shape. It's beautiful. Is this your, where's your spot?
My spot?
Are you a crew here?
Yeah, my seat's all the way in the
all
back.
the way in the back? You get the bumpy ride, huh?
Well, see, he's the load master, and if he tells us we can't come on board, that's it. We can't come on board.
Yeah, you're not.
Way too much.
Yeah, that's what he tells us. Yeah.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Any questions?
What kind of shape was it when you got it? First?
Not bad, because it's been in use all its life.
Yeah, he told me to come up here and relieve people while they sign up. Yeah, let's sign a book.
Go sign a book. All what anybody wants.
Everybody wants your signature, Dave.
Just some signing to be done, I guess.
Yeah, get down there, Dave. No wait.
I'll have to give him a hard time with that.
Yeah, everybody seems to be giving me for the old soldiers.
No, I did that purposely. Because I get a kick out of it.
Thank you very much on the drums. Scott on the trumpet, Sweetness himself, technical service. And the alto saxophone,
That's an 8 by North American also.
Really?
So look at this, look. You got North American B25 right here.
Yeah.
You got North American T28.
That actually.
Do they use any of these models? Do they use any of these in the
Oh yeah.
Germans? Was it their bombers? What they use over England? I don't know.
This airplane
these just like we use the DC but they use these.
Do a demo today, T-51, also with us today, the T-51C, the red tail version, in commemoration of the Tuskegee Airmen. There's a heritage flight with the T-51 and the F-15 in the air together, and I understand you may have a little extra added attraction in that one today. We'll tell you more about that when it gets closer. Team Red will be back for another performance. We have the great Tora act with us. If you've never seen this one, you just have not seen a great air show act. It is a recreation of the attack on Pearl Harbor by the We have the F-16 in full demonstration this afternoon. We also have a B-25 that's going to fly on the station. C-121 is the constellation. If you look off the taxiway that heads out towards the tower, which is off to the right of your announcer stand here, pretty much to the right of the spectator area, you'll see the Team Red aircraft taxiing out now, and they're going to get set to take off for their demonstration a little later on. There's a lot of things going on today. A couple of things that are real important while you're out here in the air show area. The first and most important thing y'all can do to help us make the show safe is please stay behind the crowd. Not up to the 10,000 feet yet because he's coming through for his streamer drop. It's the C-17 we talked about. You're going to be seeing this aircraft in full demonstration later on today. One of the main cargo haulers in the inventory today. But he's coming through right now, and they're going to toss out some streamers to check out the wind in this final couple thousand feet down to the ground. And the streamers are nothing but a piece of ripstop nylon Dacron with a weight on the end. But they can watch how they drift coming down so they know what the winds are like down here where they're going to be making their landings later on after the Golden Knights actually jump.
Here comes our famous two-stack flying the... Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let them know you appreciate them. Give them a big round of applause. Using your imagination, picture if you will, this jumper using his parachute as an elevator. He's now on the 4th floor, slowly making his way down to the 3rd floor. He's now on the 2nd floor, and bingo, into the lobby. Someone bring that man his bags as he brings it over to target for a beautiful target area landing. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the gold demonstration team for the 2003 Air Show season. Members of your United States Army Parachute Team, the Golden Knights.
5 kilowatts will lead Team Red formation through a graceful full loop. Gary Puffer Calloway and Roger Deno Modlin will follow, staying in tight formation just a few feet from the wings of their leader. Downhill they come to gain some speed. They'll trade that for altitude and go right into the loop. Performs next, a precision three-shift wing over, away from the crowd line to a near 90-degree angle of bank, and then back on down towards show left as they get set for the next move. Sequence. And in that, they'll break off at 2-second intervals for right echelon formation, and we'll describe that to you as they get into it. Something you should know, a couple of things you should know. When you're flying formation, as these 3 aircraft are right now, there's only one guy watching where you're going, and that's the guy up front, the leader. And here we go, downhill once again, looking for speed somewhere a little bit under 180 miles an hour at the bottom. And our leader pulls up. And right up his smoke drum on number 2. And number 3 says, anything you can do, I can probably do too. Let's see. And there you see why they call that the squirrel cage. And as the team exits to the right, they'll build their airspeed, continue the intrail formation for a Cuban 8. There's the turn on the 45-degree downline by the leader. And 2 or 3 do the same. Go out the other side again, pull up into the air. Get about 2 or 3 G's in that pull in the bottom of going there, but up over the top, you're almost weightless in the straps. On the 45-degree downline, roll right side up, and there you see the figure 8 in the sky, ladies and gentlemen, from Team Red, the Cuban 8. Bumper and Deno have to have total trust in their leader, as they are not watching where they're going. Their concentration solely on staying that constant distance from Kilo's airplane. The aircraft swap position, staying in the fingertip formation. To understand the name of the formation, hold your right hand in front of you with your palm facing away. Just fold down the little finger and you'll see the fingertip 3 formation looks just like that. The end of each remaining finger representing the position of an aircraft. There's the lead aircraft rolling inverted, ladies and gentlemen, from the left, Team Red in the inverted lead fingertip pass. Chinese Air Force as a primary instrument and aerobatic trainer. Some of them have also seen action as ground attack aircraft. The power of 285 horsepower and 9-cylinder radial engine. Easiest way is to think of it as 9 cylinders arranged in a circle and cooled by the air. There is no radiator. Boys and girls, how about a big round of applause for Bob Kilo Watts, Terry Pumper Calloway, and Roger Deno-Modulin. Again, a big dive down to gain airspeed. As I said earlier, that's what you do in aerobatics. You dive down and you put some speed in the bank. Now he looks like he's got to do the 8-point rolls. As a matter of fact, here he comes already to the 4th point. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And some indication of the speed that you lose can be seen by that arc of smoke in the sky. Coming again with a big dive down for speed, down to low altitude. Clock along close to 300 miles an hour at the bottom of that. Now this is how fast the thing can roll. He showed the slow roll. That gives you some idea how difficult it is for the pilot to control that roll to the slow rate that he did the last time through. Fighter, the P-51. gentlemen, here comes from the 126th ARF, the KC-135 Stratotanker. Operate that boom, there's one of the crew members who lays in the back on a couch like facing the rear and looking out a window. It's a pretty neat thing to refuel an aircraft. Why do air shows? Well, in Fowler's words, there's nothing better than spending a weekend with the kids of all ages who love aviation. And the first time that we saw the world upside down at 100 feet above the ground and at 500 miles an hour, Fowler says, I knew I had to be a player. He's clocking along about 450 miles an hour down there in the bottom, and there's a good reason for that. Watch how much sky this thing eats up compared to the others you've seen do the Cuban 8. He gets way up there. And he reaches down under the dash panel and shoves another dog biscuit in there, and down he comes. The search mission for the show line says there it is. Up comes the nose. 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times. And once again, you notice the loss of altitude through there as your airspeed bleeds off. That's why you got to pull the nose up as you head into that maneuver.
Stop waving. I hope y'all having a fine time down there. Great day for an air show. Great place to have it. Thanks, Scott. Big Dog 1 is going left downwind for a full stop 3-2.
Flying it towards the target. Shutting it down. Right on top. The next jumper keeping a close eye on his teammate. And on the windsock located in the target area. Once on final approach, you will see minor hand corrections used, going to his shoulders, down to his waist, and again, stopping his target. Stopping his parachute right on the target. On his teammate, flying his parachute right over on top for once again, a Golden Knight target area landing. Our next jumper flying his parachute right at his shoulders. You'll see his steering lines pull down to his waist. Parachute curls under as he touches down for another safe, soft Golden Knight landing. Our 4th and final jumper here with the candy cane has a little bit more to deal with. The 40-foot chain that hangs down below him will be considered for his final approach. The winds on the ground look pretty much to be light and variable, so this jumper will be opting up for a much leaner approach. He will fly his parachute right towards the target and shutting it down right on top for, again, a Golden Knight area landing. The same degree of precision, discipline, and teamwork exhibited by the demonstrators and competitors is also reflected in the Golden Knights Elite Aviation section.
Out front for the 4-view pass, the 4-point hesitation roll. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Chuck's waving, wave to him. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a great big hand for Chuck Lisher and the new gold F-260.
the aircraft passes, please notice the wing leading edge slats and large powered lift wing flaps. These devices change the shape of the C-17 wing and are the key to its low final approach speed, enabling this aircraft to land and stop in extremely short distances. Performing a go-around maneuver using maximum power to demonstrate its ability to depart an airport where enemy resistance is suspected. Tip to tip is about half the length of a football field. The tail is over 5 stories tall. Empty, the C-17 weighs almost 280,000 pounds, but with maximum cargo and fuel loaded, that gross weight rises to over 500,000 pounds. Notice the upturned wing tips or winglets. These decrease aerodynamic drag and increase fuel economy. To give you a better idea of the aircraft's overall size, those winglets are 9 feet tall.
This aids immensely in training student pilots. The ability to repeat maneuvers over and over is crucial in the training arena. This endurance makes it an ideal aircraft for the Air Force. The ability to train tomorrow's warriors quickly and efficiently is more important now than ever. Todd will gain 4,000 feet of altitude. Gentlemen, Todd is now straining against 7 times the force of gravity, making his weight for today's demonstration almost 1,400 pounds. T6, low and slow. And now from the left, Major Daggett and the gear down pass. Welcome once again to Scottsfield AirFest 2003. I'm Air Force Staff Sergeant Adam Goolsby from Air Combat Command's 33rd Fighter Wing, located at Eglin Air Force Base in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. It is my pleasure today to describe for you a flight capability demonstration by America's premier air superiority fighter, the Boeing F-15 Eagle. An aircraft whose combat role is to take control of the skies and to keep it. It is a mission our Eagles and their pilots have accomplished with stash and dedication over the last 2 decades. The pilot for today's demonstration is Captain Lindy Reniger from Cary, North Carolina. Captain Reniger is a veteran fighter pilot with more than 1,200 hours in jet aircraft and 70 combat missions over Iraq. Launching Captain Reniger are Tech Sergeant Michael Reese from Dayton, Ohio, Tech Sergeant William Holman from Hampton, Virginia, Staff Sergeant John Haddon from Waynesboro, Georgia, and our safety spotter for today is Lieutenant Kevin Jameson from Dallas, Texas. As he runs up his engines, the noise you'll hear will be the sound of 2 Pratt & Whitney engines, which together provide more than 50,000 pounds of thrust. That's more than twice the horsepower of the entire starting lineup at the Indianapolis 500. The F-15 is designed and built for air superiority, and it carries the newest and most advanced air-to-air ordnance in the Air Force inventory to accomplish that mission. In addition to an internal 20mm cannon, it can also fire 8 radar-guided and heat-seeking air-to-air missiles. During the 40-day Gulf War, our F-15 shot down 31 world-class fighters without receiving a scratch. And now it's time time to begin today's demonstration. Captain Renniger will show you. We'll start by showing you just how fast the F-15 can get up the ground and climb. This capability gets our fighters in the air quickly to threaten or kill any adversary. From your right is the knife edge pass. They helped us gain total supremacy of the skies over Iraq and Kuwait, defeating the enemy both in the air and on the ground. It was American F-15s that defeated every enemy aircraft that rose to meet them without the loss of a single aircraft to enemy fighters. The F-16 has a turn radius of less than 1,400 feet.
Tribute to a group of American heroes, the Tuskegee Airmen. Okay, set take off one of the most eye-pleasing aircraft ever to take to the skies in post-World War II years. That's the Connie, the Constellation, with its triple tail, distinctive shaped fuselage, the first pressurized airliner in widespread use, 856 built, Used extensively by the military and the airlines. There are only 4 left flying, though, in the United States. Look at this and listen to this. It is magnificent. Sight. Right behind that, the North American-built T-28 Trojan. This was a trainer that went into service post-World War II. The first tricycle gear trainer used by first the Air Force and then the Navy. Built by Junkers, powered by 3 BMW radials of 830 horsepower each. You are looking at one of 7 that still fly in the whole world. And that is despite the fact that many, many were built during World War II. And as Frank goes by once again with that beautiful Constellation tipping it up, boy, there's a nice picture for you. Frank Lang, by the way, who's flying that airplane, 80 years old. And a very dangerous man in the bar, I discovered last night. But that's a whole other story. Giving you a great photo, though, of the P-47. It's very distinctive shape, known, of course, as the Jug during World War II. It was a slow airplane, true warbird, and can fly at close to 300 miles an hour. It's very fast. Very powerful engine. Pretty rare to see a Connie in flight. Interestingly enough, this airplane at one time belonged to John Travolta, the movie actor. He's quite a flyer. And he did own this airplane, had it painted entirely different than it is now. A fellow named Vern Rayburn bought it from him. The Ju-52 that just went through is marked in the markings that were used during the invasion of Crete, I believe. To the right, to the left. P-47 on top, P-51 on the bottom. Check that out. Is that slick or what? And another great photo pass coming up from the Connie, Frank Lang, and the Constellation Group's beautiful, beautiful C-121A. And it looks like Frank's going to try to tip her up and give you a big old photo pass here, too. Here's where you wrestle those controls, boy. Over we go. The Ju-52, after seeing Frank do that photo pass, he said, look, anything you can do, I can do slower. Well, keep them fly, that is, and you'll just gradually put those mains right on, just as smooth as glass. AirFest for 2003, almost said 1993, I don't know why. Nancy and I, my wife here, have been announcing.
Absolutely. I enjoy everyone here. They're always so